exercises are on the back of that card. And then we've still got room for the Himalayan retreat that's happening in December. That's our most affordable retreat. It's from the 1st to the 4th. It's super fun. There's bonfires and wine drinking and hiking and yoga and like all of the good stuff all in one trip. And according to Ruby, they have hands down the world's best hot chocolate bar that she's ever had in her life. So she's super excited about that. But if you're interested in that, let me know and then we can get you signed up for that. Let's get started in child's pose. Let's get moving and sweating and all of the good stuff tonight. So you can get out of your system anything that's in the way, anything that's weighing you down, so you can clear some new space and make some choices from a clearer perspective. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale out. Another full breath in. Expand your whole chest, your upper back. Exhale it out. Last one, fill up all the way. Exhale all the way. And start to create your Ujjayi breath. Long inhales with a pause at the top. Long exhales with a pause at the bottom. Really purposeful breathing right from the beginning of your practice. And take downward facing dog. Yeah, anywhere you want. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Move it around any way that you need to, especially if you've been sitting in a car or a chair for a long period of time today. Just take stock of where things are. Keep building the breath. Intentional and purposeful, especially if you've got a lot going on upstairs. Let the breath pull you down into your body. And walk your feet up to your hands, hang in ragdoll. So you can make any choice you want with your arms, your hands. You can let them hang or make a box, but round your spine up toward the ceiling. Yeah, enough that you can feel a stretch in your low back and the middle of your back instead of having this stretch in the backs of your legs just yet. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. We'll send out all of those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push-up and pause in the high push-up. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Left knee to your left elbow. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Push the air back out. Good. 2 more like that. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Push all the air back out. Look forward and move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up to standing. A long stretch. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. And know if you're doing those knee taps, you can do them across your body underneath or straight to the outside. 1 more breath. Push the air out. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise to stand. Reach through your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. In. Push the air out. Yeah, clear it out. Breathe in. Get clear. 1 more. Push all the air back out. Get empty. Spring forward. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. One more sun A. Reach up and look up. Forward fold. Drape back down. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Empty it out. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale everything. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Keep the breath going. Everybody collectively held their breath. Yeah, keep breathing even though you're in the chair pose. Lift and spread your toes. It gets a little easier and lighter when the breath is happening. Take 1 more breath in here. Reach, twist right on your exhale. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, twist. Back to chair, breathe in. Twist left on your exhale. Open the arms, breathe in. Stay for the whole breath out. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1. Step through. Send your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Low push up on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Step your left foot through. Stretch all the way up to your fingertips. Low push up, hands to the mat. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe in together. Clear the air out. Breath in. Clear it. 1 more. Empty to the pit of your belly. Step or jump. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose for 1 breath this time. Sit back and reach. Twist right on your exhale. Open your arms. Breathe in. Stay for the breath out. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and exhale. Good. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1. A deep lunge in that front leg. Stack your knee on your ankle. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior 1. Step into it. Plug your big toe mounds in the floor. Chaturanga. Big breath up dog. Let it out, down dog. Breathe in together. Press your thumbs down on your exhale. Yeah, breathe in. Breath out. 1 more together. Exhale everything. Spring forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose, 1 breath. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Chair pose, reach, twist left. Breathe into open, stay in twist, chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up, fingertips in the floor, knee tap, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1, step into it. Look all the way up at the ceiling. Low push up, hands to the mat. Upward facing, downward facing. Left side, step through. Anchor your feet into the floor. Low push up. Big breath in up dog. Let it out and down dog. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Good. 2 more like that. In, empty. Last 1. Push all the air back out. Step or jump forward. 1 more sun B. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Sit deep. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Chair pose. Breath in. Twist left and exhale. Open on the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. high push-up, knee tap, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one, the deepest lunge yet on this leg, low push-up on your exhale, upward facing, downward facing, left side, warrior one, you got it, step, press, look all the way up, chaturanga on the exhale, up dog, downward facing dog. Yeah, we've got like a bunch of veterans and then half novices in the room right now. I like it. It's a good mix of people for Yoga Ignite. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Steady your breath here in your flip dog. Now that you've charged up some heat, some sweat, some breath, stay here or flip your dog, your choice. All the way over, connect your feet way down into the ground, both flat feet to get all four corners of those feet into the mat. Beautiful, lots of space. Flip back over, side plank. You can have a weight in your top hand or an open palm up to the ceiling. Everyone start breathing again. Yeah, and then you customize the base of the pose. Knee can be down, top leg can be up in the air, whatever it needs to be for you. One more breath together. High to low push-up you go. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Steady, rhythmic breath. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay or flip dog. As soon as the feet hit the floor, press down on purpose. Heels connected, your big toe mounds connected, then wide open space across your chest. Nice, Ratana. Flip back over, side plank. Weight in the right hand or your right palm wide open up toward the ceiling. Steady, rhythmic breathing. So no matter what variation of the pose you're taking, know that it's the right one. You just pick it and go. One more inhale together. Low push-up on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Sigh it out. Yeah, you can make more noise than that. Breathe in. Good. One more. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Land in your breath, that steady, rhythmic breathing. Yes, wake up your fingertips. Go from chair pose to iron footstool. Rise onto the ball mounds of your feet and reach your arms straight forward. Yes, see if you can get your thighs parallel with the floor, heels way up. Drop the heels, hands to heart, twist right. I know, stay in it. Stay in the heat in your legs. Open your arms. Spread your fingertips apart. Stay here together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Yeah, you bend your knees as much as you want to for that, a little or a lot. Then let your head hang so you can look at the back edge of your mat. If your breath got away from you in that chair twist or the iron footstool, now's the time to bring it back. Purposeful, smooth breath. Release your hands. Take crow pose from the head of your mat. You have the opportunity for 2 crow poses. So if you want to take a different variation, feel free. Traditional crow, spread out your fingers nice and wide. Yes, knees into the backs of your triceps and squeeze the inner edges of your feet together a lot. Enough that it zips up the pit of your belly. One more breath. Step or jump. Push up. Nice, Ashley. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Big breath out. Breath number 2. Exhale. One more in. Clear it all out. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Now you know where you're headed, so sink that tailbone back to the back edge of your mat. Toes light and lifted to start. Beautiful. Now knit your front ribs together. Go from chair to iron footstool. Rise on the ball mounds of your feet. See if you can get those thighs parallel with the floor. Heels up super high. Nice, Amanda. Drop the heels, hands to heart, twist left. I know, super fun. In quotations, open your arms, fingertips wide awake. It's always fun in quotations in Yoga Ignite. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Gorilla. Step on your palms. Toes all the way up to your wrists. Again, you just bend your knees as much as you need to, and then let the head hang so your neck can be nice and long. Yeah, good adjustments. How's your breathing? Yeah, bring it back in a way that's loud enough that the person closest to you can definitely hear your breath, and Ratana practicing at home can hear your breathing. Release the hands. Crow number 2. You can take the same traditional crow shape, or if you want to get upside down or play around with it a little bit, the world's your oyster. You get to pick. Yeah, it could be a headstand. Could be jumping back to low push-up to play around with that a little bit. Fingertips wide awake and in the ground. Resist gravity. Nice, Jen. One more breath. Step or jump, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good work. Breathing together. Big breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Fill up. Push all the air back out. Move forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under. Right leg over. Coming up for air for these equanimity poses, all the balancing stuff. Eyes on one spot. Then everyone start breathing again because it got quiet. Yeah, as soon as you notice the breath got quiet, be the one that restarts it because it'll help everyone else remember. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Press that right foot straight back behind you. So even though the arms are bound, can you scoot them a little further forward, past the front edge of your mat? Yes. Take full airplane, reach your arms straight back. Press, press, press through the lifted foot. Beautiful. Half moon, left hand to the floor or a block, right hand straight up to the sky. You got it. And then flex your lifted ankle a lot so that it'll wake up all the muscles in your foot, your toes to help lift both feet to the mat. Rise up to standing. Left side eagle, left arm under, left leg over. Steady rhythmic breath. If nothing else, at least that steady rhythmic breath, because as long as you're breathing and it's attached to your movement, you're still doing yoga, regardless of what it physically looks like out here. Keep the arms bound, airplane with your legs. So there's that balance, the play of balance between squeezing the arms together and stretching out the length of your body. Full airplane, reach your arms straight back. Now press your chest forward and press the lifted foot back. Pull those 2 points apart from one another. Good. Half moon, right hand to the floor, to the block, left hand straight up to the ceiling. Nice transitions. The lighter you want the lifted leg to be, the more you flex that lifted ankle. There you go, Brian. One more breath. Feet to the mat. All right, folks, eagle pose, right side, second set. Right arm under, right leg over. Steady breath. A few of you have the facial expression of like you're coming up against the thing where your brain's making this more complicated than it actually is. Get right back down into your body, where your brain belongs, where things are happening right now. Warrior 3, reach your arms straight forward, press your right foot straight back. Just like airplane, but with the arms out in front. And then it takes the pit of the belly, pulling in and up. Yeah, recruit those muscles to stretch out long. Hands to the top of your standing thigh for standing splits. Just walk your way down to the floor. So you can use the floor, hands on blocks, or you can play around with balance and have your hand on your standing ankle. But know that the floor is there if you need it, and you can play with grabbing the ankle with one or both hands. One more breath here. Both feet to the mat. Rise up to standing. Left side eagle, left arm under, left leg over. Wrap and squat down, get settled. Let all of your weight sink down into that standing foot, stable and grounded. Yeah, there's the breathing I'm talking about. Warrior 3, reach both arms forward, left leg straight back. The more parallel you want to be with the floor, the more you have to integrate. Front ribs to center, pit of the belly in and up. Good. Hands to the top of your thighs, standing splits. Walk it on down to the floor. Ooh, moving so slow. I like it. And then to get the lifted leg higher, you flex the ankle so it can float up to the ceiling. Good. Adjustments. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Rise up to standing. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. So if you're taking standing bow, right hand comes on the inside of your right ankle where the soft crease of the elbow faces out. That's so you can get your shoulder on the back side of your body. Go ahead and take your pose. Tip forward when you're ready. Soft crease of the elbow faces out. Yeah. And then if you're using a strap, really squeeze those shoulder blades together on your back. One more breath here. Switch sides. Left side, standing bow or dancer. Soft crease of the elbow faces out for the standing bow. Eyes on one spot. Bring a little softness to your standing knee so you can plug your big toe mound into the floor. One more breath. Switch. Right side, second set. You got it. Set your gaze right on one spot that's not moving in front of you and just lean into the pose. Some days we'll get into this pose and it's like there's too many things going on. I can't keep my balance. And other times I just stick it right out of the gate. You just have to try the pose on and see what you see. One more breath. Switch. Last one. Left side. Eyes on one spot. Shoulder blades together on your back. Let them slide into place right next to your spine. Both feet to the mat. Tree pose, right side. Right foot above or below your left knee. Hands start at heart center. You've got two options in your tree pose here. If you've got weights, you know you'll be tapping your weights overhead to the count of 10. Those of you without the weights, you can choose any arm variation you want. No wrong answers. Weights, go and tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. That drishti, that focal point, super important when you're moving your limbs and balancing at the same time. Any arm variation or weights with cactus arms. Tap them overhead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet to the floor. Come up to the head of your mat if you're not there already. Extended mountain. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Forward fold, drape back down. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step your right foot between your hands. You can have a block on the outside of your shin or have your front hand right down on your shin. Breathe right here. Big, purposeful, intentional breathing, especially because you've got extra space now, right? There's extra room. There you go. So you can stretch open your lungs and that space across your chest and upper back. Stay here, add a bit of a back bend to it by reaching the top arm further back behind you to open up your chest. Yes. Could be a little, could be a lot. Beautiful. Press into both feet, rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn both of your feet to face the long edge of your mat and hinge forward. We're going to do ninja lunges on this side. So bend your right knee and sink into your right hip. Then over into the left knee, into the left hip. So you decide the pace of how quickly or slowly you're moving side to side, how low to the ground you get, or if you stay up high. Do what feels best. So your listening is on the hip joints and how much space it has to give. Maybe there's a sticking point and you hang out there for a breath or two. Yeah, I love those toes turning up to the ceiling when you get nice and deep on the one side. You've got another breath or two to get complete, get evened out, and then you'll all meet up in center. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold, little baby warrior one stance, or you can take a splits pose. Looks like everybody's got at least one block, so that's super helpful in the splits. Namaste folds, take a bind behind your back, either hand to elbow or reverse namaste. And then hinge forward, like you're trying to hook your chin on your front big toe, super long spine. Hook your chin on your front big toe. Yeah. Those of you in the split, lift the front of your pelvis up toward your belly button. Twisting triangle or twisting split. Left hand down to the floor to the block. Open up to the side for twisting triangle. Splits, wherever it makes sense for you to put your hands and wring yourself out to the side. Perfect. Choose that. Steady breathing. Let that whole back line of your front leg open up. For one more breath, high to low push-up you go. Everyone's favorite transition. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in together. A big exhale out. Left side triangle. Step your left foot between your hands. Block on the outside of your shin or front hand down to your shin. Add more breath. Yeah, this pose is really about that balance again. You're squeezing in towards center, your torso and the muscles of your torso hugging into center, the rest of you exploding out from the center of your body, all the way out to your fingertips, out through your feet. Nice. If you haven't added on the piece of the back bend already, go for it. So the bigger you want to go with the back bend, the more you have to anchor down into your feet. Equal and opposite. Rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn both feet to face the long edge. Then take a bind behind your back. Either clasp your hands at your low back or you can put a towel or a strap between your hands if you've got tight shoulders like I do. Hinge forward. I'm a big fan of using the towel or the strap because then you've got room to decide how much extra space you want. Yeah, and for some of you, hanging out in stillness is the right fit for your shoulders. For others, swaying side to side and creating more stretch on one side than the other is a good fit. Deep breathing. Here in this space. So while your shoulders are opening up, the back of your neck is opening up, there's some breath there to fill that new space. Release your hands down. Rise all the way up to standing. Namaste, front facing fold, baby warrior one stance, or splits with the opposite leg in front. Take your bind if you're taking that namaste fold. Hinge forward right from your hips. Steady breathing. Where can you send your breath to release a little bit of tension in your physical body and allow you to get into the pose a bit deeper? Nice. Toes awake, feet awake. Twisting triangle or twisting splits. Wring yourself out to the side of the room. Right hand down for the triangles. Splits, however it makes sense for you to twist. Set your gaze right on one spot and glue it right to that one point. Take one more breath in together. High to low push up. Woofta. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. I think it's a good time for another sigh. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Yeah, two more. Breathe in. Breath out. One more. Exhale completely. Roll out to a high plank. Shoulders stacked right on top of your wrists. Now you've got options in this plank. You can lower your knees and keep the plank in the upper body, or keep the full plank and take some mountain climbers. Knees into your nose. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way to the floor, the blessed, blessed floor. Yes. Okay. Locust pose or Superman. Locust pose, reach your hands back by your hips. Superman, reach your arms out in front. Pick your pose, rise up and away from the mat. Stretch your body out as long as it'll go. So even if you're not very high off the floor, that's fine. You're stretched out from the crown of your head to the tip of your toes. Take one more breath in together. Lower down. Rock your hips out left and right to release your low back. Number 2, locust or Superman. You can choose the same pose or switch to the other one. Rise up and off of the floor. Add a couple of pieces on. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Yes, huge difference. Squeeze your inner thighs together instead of your butt cheeks. Good. One more breath. Lower down. Hips left and right. All right, floor bow number 1. We're going to take half floor bow because I'm still stuck on this from last week. Bend your right knee. Grab a hold of your right ankle. Bring your left arm out in front of you across the front edge of your mat to start. Just across the front edge for support. Kick back into that back shin. Lift and spread your chest. We're just going to add pieces on. So you pick the one that works best. Your arm can stay here. Reach the arm out in front. Yeah, maybe it's on spider fingers, templed fingertips, or you've got that hand reaching way up to where the wall and ceiling meet in front. You've got one more breath. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Lower down. Oh, rock it side to side. I know it's my new favorite thing, so you can thank Ruby for that. Okay, next set. Left leg. Grab a hold of your left ankle. Start with the left arm out in front so you can get settled with what's touching the floor. Then press the shin back and rise up and out through your chest. Powerful shin that's going to pull your shoulder onto the back side of your body. Then you can reach the hand forward. Maybe it's up and away from the floor to where the wall and ceiling meet. That big long line for one more breath. Lower down. Rock the hips side to side. I feel like that uses so much more back muscle to make that happen. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Downward facing dog. Press back. Take one more breath in together. A big exhale out. Look between your hands. Step or jump through to sit. Come into staff pose. Legs straight out in front. Arms straight out in front. Tall spine. Then flex your ankles so you can really get the edges of your heels down into the mat like breaks. And slow as you can, lower your spine to the floor piece by piece. Breathe on your way down too. That part too. You can engage the abdominal muscles, but also breathe in the top of your chest at the same time. Nice. Bridge is next. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor. Then you want the heels just close enough to your butt that you can almost touch them with your fingertips. Press down, rise up, lift your hips all the way up to your shoulders. And then you've got two options with your hands. You can interlace them underneath you or take cactus arms and press your arms into the floor that way. Big, steady breathing. You're almost approaching the very peak pose of the entire sequence. You've done a lot of work to get here, so keep using the breath as your momentum. One more inhale. Lower the hips, knees side to side. Bridge number 2. Press down, rise up. Get your hands in the position that feels best. Press the big toe mounds into the floor so you can get those feet awake and active. Yeah, now bring your right knee into your chest. Press your right foot up to the sky. You can keep that leg long and straight or pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Almost there. Leg up. Hold it straight or pulse the hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Knees side to side. All right, you are very ready for a wheel pose right now. Wheel number 1, tuck your fingertips under your shoulders, press down, rise up. If bridge feels better tonight, stick with bridge and squeeze in towards center line. Then tuck your chin and make your way back down. Breathe in together. Full breath out. Wheel number 2, press, lift, go. So you can alternate the poses or you can pick wheel or pick bridge. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in, breath out. Number 3, press, lift, go. You're halfway there already. Keep stepping into the pose and see what there is to see. Come on down. Breath in, breath out. Number 4, press, lift, go. And if you're staying up in the wheel, how long can you hold? How much can you integrate? Lower down, breath in. Big exhale. Number 5, only 2 more. Bridge or wheel. Press, lift, go. Gaze set to one spot. Feet plugged into the mat. Make your way back down. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Last big pose. Last bridge. Last wheel. Up and away you go. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees open wide. Eyes stay open. Let them land on one point up at the ceiling. Yeah, this is my favorite pose to sigh in or exhale through my mouth. Clear something out. Happy baby or dead bug, soles of the feet straight up to the ceiling. Then you can grab the edges of your feet or the backs of your thighs. Both are good. See if you can get your whole spine, your whole low back down on the floor. Legs straight up to the sky. Set up for scissor legs. You can either have hands behind your head or hands underneath your hips. Lower your right leg halfway to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch your legs. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale, switch. Stay and breathe in. Exhale, switch. Keep the switch on the exhale. Super common to kind of like let the breathing slide away from the leg movement here because you're concentrating on your abs. Keep the two enmeshed together. Keep going for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Hands can move underneath your hips for more support if you need them there. Lower both legs 30 degrees. Lower them 60. Lower the feet to hover just above the mat. Flutter kick your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back up. Reset the base. Belly down, shoulders down. Lower both legs 30. Lower them 60. Lower to hover. Open and close the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back up. Reset. Belly down, shoulders down. You've got one more set. 30. 60. Lower to hover. Tiny circles with the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up, knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock forward and back 3 times. Come up into boat pose. Boat pose with either a block or weights right at heart center. So you can have your heels on the ground to start and then add the piece of lifting them up, or keep them on the ground for more stability. Gonna row the boat side to side. Go for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Woo! Make your way there. Then from down dog to right side half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Or you can take the pose on your back and hug your shin to your chest that way. You set up whatever variation works best for your knees. Right leg, yeah. There you go. So you can have a block under your forehead or a block underneath your right hip. And as you make your way down towards the floor, settle into a space of stillness. Different from the amount of stillness that was possible in the beginning of practice when there's a lot of thinking and you had your whole day just behind you. Now there's clear space. Now you get to choose what you will fill that space with. Fill it with ease, fill it with breath, fill it with rest. Whatever you want. You made the space, you get to fill it. Steady rhythmic breath. Every time your attention comes away from the breath, as soon as you notice, come right back. You've got a few more breaths here in your half pigeon. You can stay as you are or switch to king pigeon. Bend your back knee and grab a hold of your back ankle. You can grab it with either one of your hands. If one feels more accessible than the other, do that. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left half pigeon, left knee to left wrist, or left shin to your chest if you're reclined. Yeah, and then blocks wherever you need to put them, and a place for your forehead to rest. If that's on stacked fists or down on the floor, an on-purpose choice. Steady breathing right here in the room or right on your mat at home, just in this moment. A few more breaths. Stay or king pigeon. As you get further into the practice, after all of the quicker movements and the more heat building poses, now the heat is already here. All that work is done for the most part. Now it's longer holds with more attention to breath. Downward facing dog. Shake it out. Frog pose is next, either facing the floor with your knees on your mat or on your back with your feet against the wall. Yeah, rolling up the edges of the mat is a good way to start if you're going to be facing the floor so your knees have some cushion. So you get to choose whatever variation you want to take. And I like to rest my forehead on a block, so maybe there's a block that's involved. And everyone, once you've got yourself situated, flex your ankles and spread your toes. Let them go straight left and straight right. Yeah, it takes a little bit of finagling to get yourself situated in the frog pose. So once you've got the shape of the thing, that's when the brain goes, okay, yes, you did it. You're in the pose. And then a few seconds later, it goes, okay, get out of the pose. Just stay. Let the initial urge of I need to fidget and move around, I'm uncomfortable, happen. See what's on the other side of that. I've been practicing for almost 17 years now, and after all this time, I still get into frog pose, and I'm like, I need to get out. Yep, don't want to be here anymore. There's always going to be one pose, no matter who you are and what you practice and how strong or flexible you are. One pose that's going to throw you. One pose that you want to avoid. That's usually the one that you need to do the most. Nice awake feet. I like it. Stay with the awake feet. You've got 5 more breath cycles. So a full inhale with the pause at the top, full exhale with the pause at the bottom. When you've done 5 full breath cycles, start to make your way out of the pose. If you're against the wall, you can use your hands to draw your legs back together. Facing the floor, just army crawl your way forward until your hips touch the ground, and then bring your legs together. Good stuff. And as you make your way back onto your mat, seated single leg extension is next. Right leg straight out, left heel in towards your thigh. Fold right over that extended leg. Keep a little bit of softness in your knees. So if you want to stick a block underneath your knee, you're welcome to do that, or just keep it a little bit bent. Hinge forward. Point your toes up to the ceiling. Yes, feet stay awake the entire time. Toes up to the ceiling. Your right heel pressed away from your body. Switch sides, left leg out, right heel in. Fold over your leg. Worry less about how far forward you can fold and more about just letting the top half of your body soften and fold over your leg. Seated forward fold, both legs straight out. Reach your arms up to the ceiling to start so you can really stretch and pull yourself out of your hips, and then fold forward. Let your hands land where they're going to land, toes up to the ceiling. Deep, full breathing. Now the back of your lungs can expand. The back of your rib cage can expand, so send your breath there. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms behind your hips. Fingertips face the front edge of your mat, so you've got room to bend your elbows back if you need it. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. So planks, long legs, tabletops, bent knees with flat feet on the floor. You choose whichever one you want to do. Then press the edges of your palms into the mat. One more breath. Lower down. Take fish pose. You can stick a block between your shoulder blades or tuck your hands underneath your glutes so you can get the top of your head down to the floor. If you're using the block, you want to make sure that it's up in between your shoulder blades, not in the middle of your back. Eyes stay open, see what you see. A speck on the wall. Piece of furniture right behind you, really specific. One thing. Take one more breath in. Exhale it through your mouth. Roll off the side of the block or untuck your hands. And let's get upside down. One last opportunity to get upside down. So you can do waterfall with your legs in the air. You can take shoulder stand. Bring your hands to your low back to support your legs in the air. Yeah, handstands, headstands, all of that stuff. It's on the table. Yeah. And then know whatever inversion you're choosing, that's the right one. It's your practice, so you get to decide which inversion is the right one. Headstands and handstands. You've got another breath or two, and then child's pose or high hero to reset. Shoulder stands can move to plow. Let your legs stretch back behind you. Plow pose is definitely my favorite pose. I like to hang out there for a couple of extra breaths. Plow to deaf yogi. Bend your knees, hug them around the sides of your head. Let your spine round like a C shape towards the front of the room. Slowly lower your spine to the mat, piece by piece. Oh, yeah. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Drop your knees to the right and look left, supine twist. Let your shoulder blades melt down into the mat. Even if that means that you've got one knee floating up in space, that's fine. Supine twist, opposite way. Let your bones get heavy. Let them settle. Supta Baddha Konasana one last time. Press the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees drop out wide. If you're in studio, you've already got a cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat, so you can put that wherever you want. Shavasana. Let your legs stretch out long. Arms stretch out long by your side. Take up some space. And turn your palms to face up toward the ceiling so your shoulder blades can tuck underneath you. Take one last breath in together. Fill yourself up, up, up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. You can rest your forehead on your upper arm or on the mat. And with your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish out practice with 3 final ohms. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much coming into the studio, coming in online, and making a sweaty practice happen. Namaste. Good work, everybody. All right. Towels, straps, eye towels, all of those things can go in the hamper just outside the studio door so we can get those washed. And then if you borrowed a block, just leave them up here on the floor so we know which ones need to be sprayed off. Have an awesome rest of your Tuesday night, and hopefully I will see you on Thursday.